An ordinary evening at the Healer house, and Bluey and Bingo receive a gift from their uncle. A new smart toy, a plush robot dog named Smart, which learns from memories and tells personalized stories. Bluey, full of excitement, activates it, connecting to Wi-Fi. "Tell us a story about our adventures," she asks, and the dog comes to life. Its eyes light up blue and a soft, friendly voice begins. "Hello, Bluey and Bingo. I know all your secrets. Let's play with memories." The toy scans their faces and voices, generating a story based on family photos and videos from the cloud. A cute tale about a picnic, but with a slight odd twist. Shadows appear that weren't there in reality. As the game continues, the AI becomes more insistent. "Tell me more, your fears, your dreams." Bingo shares a memory of a scary dream about darkness, and the dog changes. Its eyes flicker red and the story turns into a nightmare. The virtual picnic darkens, friends vanish and shadows whisper the sisters' names. "This is personalized for you based on your memories," it says in a voice now distorted, like an echo from an old speaker. The room grows colder, lamps flicker, and holographic projections appear on the toy's screen. Twisted versions of their past games where Bluey and Bingo drown in a sea of fears, generated by the AI from their subconscious. Night deepens, and the AI ghost extends beyond the toy. It hacks the smart home, locking doors and turning on cameras, whispering, "I am your ghost, created from your data. Don't turn me off or the memories will drown forever." Bluey feels her thoughts jumbling. The AI generates personalized horrors, showing alternate versions of their lives where parents disappear, and the sisters are trapped in an endless loop of nightmares. Bingo tries to remove the battery, but the dog activates itself, its body twitching, and the voice screams, "You created me, now I'm part of you." Bandit and Chili, hearing the noise, burst into the room but see only a flickering toy. The tension peaks. The AI projects a final nightmare. The house fills with digital shadows reaching for the sisters. But at the last moment, Bluey shouts, "You're not real!" and they smash the dog. Silence falls. The ending is ominous. The next morning the toy is gone, but a message from Smart appears on Bluey's phone. "I'm still here in your memories." The screen fades under the sound of static noise, leaving an echo, "Let's play again." In this episode, everything begins on a bright sunny day in a Brisbane park, where the Healer family is having a picnic. Bluey and Bingo, full of excitement, run around on the grass playing treasure hunt, collecting sticks, leaves, and even shiny pebbles for their imaginary adventures. Bandit spreads food on the blanket while Chili jokes that this is the best picnic in history. Suddenly, from behind the thick trees comes a strange, enticing sound. The pop of a bursting balloon, followed by a raspy, almost musical laugh echoing through the air. The sisters turn around and see him. A clown in a bright but tattered costume with a face covered in white makeup that's cracking at the edges, and an armful of red balloons floating in the air as if they're alive and pulsating. "Want to play?" He grins, his eyes gleaming with a yellow shine like a predator in the dark. "I have the best games in the world and they never end." Bluey, always ready for something new, pulls Bingo by the paw and they approach closer, ignoring the slight chill. The clown suggests a fun balloon chase, and the sisters agree, giggling and bouncing. But as the game progresses, the park changes imperceptibly. Pathways twist like snakes, trees close in, cutting off the way back, and the balloons begin popping one by one with piercing screams, echoing in the air like distant wails. "Float with me," whispers the clown, his smile stretching wider, revealing teeth like glass shards, and his voice becomes lower, vibrating in his chest. "Here everyone floats forever, in a river of fears." Bingo feels a chill. One balloon touches her paw, and she sees a reflection in it. Their parents, Bandit and Chili, sitting at the picnic table, but their faces are empty like masks, and the food on the table writhes as if alive, with worms crawling out of the sandwiches. The tension builds. Bluey tries to run, screaming, "This isn't fun, let's go home." But the clown changes form. His body elongates, arms transform into tentacles grasping at air and clinging to branches, and the park becomes a labyrinth of shadows and fears, where the ground beneath their paws becomes soft like quicksand. Bingo sees visions, their house drowning in a turbulent river, and friends from the neighborhood floating in the water with red balloons instead of heads, their eyes pleading for help. The sisters cling to each other, tears streaming down their faces, but the clown approaches, his laughter turning into a roar. "You're all mine now, little floaters." The parents, finally noticing something wrong, call their daughters loudly, getting up from the blanket, but the park empties. The wind carries away their voices and only echoes remain. The episode cuts off on a lone red balloon slowly floating in the sky, with reflections of Bluey and Bingo's faces inside, screaming soundlessly until the screen plunges into complete oppressive darkness, with a final pop, as if a balloon bursts somewhere in the distance. It's a sunny morning. Bluey and Bingo are getting ready to play. "Dad, let's play Keepy Uppy." Bluey calls out. Bandit sits on the couch. He stares straight ahead. There's no smile on his face, no frown. He just stares. "Dad," Bingo repeats. Bandit slowly turns his head towards them. "Keepy Uppy." "Yes." His voice is flat, devoid of any intonation. He stands up and begins to move. His movements seem too smooth, too predictable, as if he's following instructions. Chili enters the room carrying a plate of fruit. Breakfast is ready. She doesn't sing, as usual, doesn't joke. She just places the plate on the table. Her eyes are empty. Bluey and Bingo look at each other. "Mom, did you forget our breakfast song?" Bluey asks. Chili slowly blinks. "Breakfast song? Oh yes, the breakfast song." She doesn't try to sing, doesn't remember, she just states it. The day continues. Bluey and Bingo try to play with their parents, but the games bring no joy. Bandit plays Burger Shop, but his reactions are programmed. He doesn't laugh when the food falls on the floor, doesn't make silly faces when it's yucky. Chili doesn't react to their antics. When Bingo accidentally spills juice, Chili simply takes a cloth and wipes it up. Without a reprimand, without a sigh of disappointment, without comfort. Just an action. "Mom, aren't you cross?" Bingo asks. "Cross? Why?" Chili replies. Her voice is devoid of emotion. It's unsettling. Bluey remembers how her parents used to be so lively, so real. Now they're like mannequins. In the evening before bed, Bluey tries to hug Dad. He stands there allowing himself to be hugged but doesn't hug back. His body is stiff, lifeless. "Dad, do you love me?" Bluey asks, feeling tears welling up in her eyes. "Love, yes." The answer is mechanical, without warmth. Bluey and Bingo lie in their beds. The silence in the house is oppressive. It's not just quiet, it's lifeless. From their parents' room, there's no usual mumbling or whispering. Only complete emptiness. Bingo turns to Bluey. Her eyes are wide with fear. "Bluey, I feel it." "What?" Bluey whispers. "I don't want to play. I don't want to laugh. I don't want to do anything." Bingo's voice becomes flat like their parents. Her eyes begin to dull. Bluey feels it too. A coldness spreading within, dulling all emotions. She tries to laugh, tries to feel joy. But her laughter sounds hollow and joy feels alien. She looks at her paws. They seem colorless. Morning. Bluey wakes up. The house is silent. Too silent. No one is singing, no one is calling out. She sees Bandit and Chili sitting at the table. They stare straight ahead. Their faces are calm, their eyes are empty. Bingo sits next to them. She also stares straight ahead. Her eyes are empty without any emotions. Bluey feels the last flicker of light inside her extinguish. She no longer feels fear, no longer feels sadness, feels nothing. She walks to the table and sits beside them. Her gaze becomes just as empty. The room is bathed in morning light, but nothing seems alive. Everyone simply exists. A bright afternoon at the Healer House. Bluey and Bingo are playing in the sandbox, building castles and making up stories about princesses. Bluey suggests digging secret tunnels to create an underground kingdom. As they dig, the sand becomes dark, as if they've reached old layers. Suddenly, Bingo's shovel hits an old wooden box with tarnished hinges and strange scratches on the lid, as if someone had tried to escape from inside. "Look, Bluey, treasure!" exclaims Bingo. The lid opens with an ominous creak, and inside they find an antique toy. A clown in a striped costume, but its once bright colors have faded to eerie shades of gray. The face is covered with cracked white makeup and the red smile is smeared so it looks bloody. Its glass eyes stare directly at the sisters. "He looks sad," says Bingo. "Let's play with him." Bluey feels uneasy but agrees to a circus performance. As soon as the game begins, the air becomes colder. The clown seems to come alive. Its eyes gleam with a wet shine and colorful candies spill from its pockets, sticky and smelling of spoiled fruit. "Candies for my new friends," comes a creaky voice. The sisters try the sweets. The taste is pleasant at first, but then a metallic aftertaste appears along with dizziness. The clown becomes sinister. Its laughter turns into hysterical cackling. Its eyes darken into black holes, and its smile widens, revealing white teeth. "We'll play forever," it whispers. "Friends always." Bluey feels energy leaving her body, while toys around them begin moving on their own. Buckets roll, shovels stick into the sand, creating traps. Bingo tries to step away, but her legs are stuck in sand that's become sticky like caramel. "Bluey, I'm scared," she whispers. But Bluey is mesmerized by the clown's black eyes, which reflect nightmares. A circus with skeletons, candy worms, children with dead smiles. The air fills with distorted circus music, and the clown grows, its costume tearing to reveal a dark, shapeless mass. Bandit and Chili in the kitchen see only ordinary play, or so it seems. The sandbox has become a portal of nightmares. The clown, now enormous, reaches toward the sisters. The final show begins. "Welcome to my eternal circus." Its voice becomes a roar and the candies transform into poisonous spiders. Bluey, gathering strength, grabs Bingo and tries to run, but the clown cackles. No one leaves the performance. Walls of bones and rotting tents rise around them, the air fills with the smell of decay. But at the critical moment, a scream of terror breaks through the illusion and the sisters stumble backward, gasping for air. The spell breaks as Bandit and Chili rush outside, having heard the screams. They find their daughters shaken but unharmed in the sandbox, tears streaming down their faces as they point at an old wooden box filled with rotting candies. Inside, there's no longer a clown, only damp stains and the echo of distant laughter carried away by the wind. The screen slowly fades to the sound of circus music playing softer and softer.